everyone, here's a question from exercise 9.1. The chapter is data handling of class 6. The question is, in a mathematics test, the following marks were obtained by 40 students. Arrange these marks in a table using tally marks. So here's the marks of 40 students. First is we have to arrange these marks in a table using tally marks. So we have to draw a table. So here's a table with a 3 column. First one is marks obtained, second is tally marks, and third is number of students. Now what will write in marks obtained? If you look at the table, the lowest marks here is 1 and the highest marks obtained by student is 9. There is no number which is greater than 9 and no other number which is less than 1. Therefore, we'll write the number from 1 to 9 in the first column. Once we have done this, we have to write the tally marks. That is, how many students got these marks. So it is easy if we strike off the numbers from this table. So let's count how many students got 1 mark. In the first row, we have 1 here. Therefore, we'll strike the 1 and we'll write 1 tally mark here in the table. This way, we make sure that all the numbers are counted. We have one more 1 in the second row, so we'll strike it and draw 1 tally mark here. Next, we'll count number of students who obtained 2 marks. In the first row, we have 1, 2 here. So we'll strike this 2 and draw 1 tally mark against the 2 in the table. In the second row, we have 1 more 2. We'll strike it and we'll draw 1 more tally mark. And in the third row, we have 1 more 2. We'll strike that 2. We'll draw a third tally mark here. And the fourth row, we don't have any 2, which means only 3 students obtained 2 marks. Next, we have to find how many students obtained 3 marks. We have 1, 3 in the first row. We'll strike it and draw 1 tally mark here against 3 in the table. In second row, we have 1 more 3. We'll strike it. We'll draw 1 more tally mark. In third row, we have 1 here. That is 1, 3. We'll strike it and draw a third tally mark. And in the fourth row, we don't have any 3. Now this means only 3 students obtained 3 marks. Next, we have to find the number of students who obtained 4 marks. We have 2 4s here in the first row. We'll strike it and we'll draw 2 tally marks. In the second row, we have 1 4. So we'll draw 1 more tally mark here in the table. In the third row, we have 1 more 4. We'll strike it. We'll draw 1 tally mark here. In the last row, there are 3 4s. 1, 2, and 3. So far, we have drawn 4 tally marks. The 5th tally mark will be across in this way. So this is 1 and we have to write 2 more, right? In the last row, there are 3 4s. So we'll draw 2 more tally marks separately. So if 4 tally mark and the 5th one will be across. And for the 6th one, we have to again draw separately. So total 7 students obtained 4 marks. Next, we have 5, 1 student in the first row, 2 students in the first row. And in the second row, we have 1, 2 students again. So we'll draw 2 more tally marks. In the third row, we have 1 student. So we'll strike it. So this is 5th tally mark. So we'll draw it across. In the last row, there is 1 5. So this is the 6th tally mark. So we'll draw it separately. The next, we will find number of students who obtained 6 marks. So in the first row, we have 1 6. We'll strike it. We'll draw 1 tally mark here. And the second row, we have 1 more 6. We'll strike that 6. We'll draw a second tally mark here. In third row, we have 1 6. We'll strike it. We'll draw here. And in the last row, there are 4 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have to draw 4 more tally marks. So we have already drawn 3. This is 4th one. 5th one will be across. And we have to draw 2 more, which will be 6th and 7th. Which means 7 students obtained 6 marks. Next, we have to count the number of students who obtained 7 marks. We have 1 7 here in the first row. We'll draw 1 tally mark. In second row, we have 2 7. So we'll draw 2 more tally marks. In third row, we have 1 7. We'll draw 4th tally mark. And the last row, we have 1 more 7. Which will be 5th one. So we'll draw it across. Next, we have to find the number of students who obtain 8 marks. There's a 1 8 in the first row. We'll draw 1 tally mark. In second row, we don't have. In third row, we have 2 8s, 1 and 2 here. So we'll draw 2 more tally marks. In the fourth row, we don't have any. Next, we have 9. So how many students who obtained 9 marks is? There's a 1 9 in the second row. So we'll draw 1 tally mark here. There is 1 more in the third row and 1 more in the last row. So total 3. We'll draw 3 tally marks. This is 1, 2 and 3. Now we have done with the second column, that is we have drawn the tally marks. Now we have to find the number of students. For the number of students, we have to just count the tally marks here. So number of students who obtain 1 mark is 2 because it's 2 tally mark. And for 2 marks, there are 3 students. For 3 marks, there are 3 students again because there are 3 tally marks here. So we'll write 3. For 4, there are 7 tally marks, 5 plus 2 which is 7. So we'll write 7. Now this means 7 students obtained 4 marks. So we'll write 7, 5 plus 2. Next is 5. 5 and there's a 1 tally mark here. 5 plus 1 is 6. So 6 students obtained 5 marks. Next we have a 6 marks. There's a 5 plus 2 which is 7. So 7 students obtained 6 marks. Next is a 5 tally marks here. This means 5 students obtain 7 marks. There are 4 tally marks here. This means 4 students obtain 8 marks. And the last are 3 tally marks for 9. This means 3 students obtain 9 marks. Now here we can see that when we add all these numbers, if we get 40, this means the table we did is correct because there are 40 students given in the question. Now we'll answer these 2 questions. First one is find how many students obtain marks equal to or more than 7. So here we have to consider 7 and greater than 7. If you look at the table, we have to look at the marks column. We have to include the 7 marks and marks greater than 7 which is 8 and 9. So 5 students obtained 7 marks, 4 students obtained 8 marks and 3 students obtained 9 marks. So we have to add these numbers. 5 plus 4 plus 3 will give us total number of students who obtained more than and equal to 7 marks. So 5 plus 4 plus 3 is equals to 12. This means 12 students obtained marks equal to 7 or more than 7. Next question, how many students obtain marks below 4? Below 4 means will not include 4 but marks which are less than 4, that is 1, 2 and 3 marks. For that we have to consider the students who obtain 1, 2 and 3 marks. We get 2 plus 3 plus 3, that is 3 numbers in the third column. We get 8. This means 8 students obtain marks less than 4.